Thank you so much for double tap. Show you my face. Maybe I'll put a camera on so a light on. There we go. Now you can see me. How's everybody doing today? I figured it's Monday. I better get another Tao of Network Marketing out, right? So anyway, let me go ahead and do an introduction real quick. My name is Coach Tara, the Mind Reset Coach. I'm a network marketer, and I absolutely love to combine spiritual teachings, esoteric teachings, philosophical teachings to help. Yay! Look at that. I mean, it's like we were like this, right? I love that. Last time you were waiting for your children to get out of school, right? How cool. I'm so excited. Thank you for the hearts already, guys. I love it. So, anyway, what I'm doing is I started a blog series a while back called The Tao of Network Marketing, where I'm reading along with Dr. Wayne Dyer, the Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life book. And what he does is he reads the Tao, written by Lao Tzu over 1,500 years ago. It's commonly known as the what do you call it there? Picking them up from daycare. It's the handbook for leadership and in network marketing. If you're not in it, or if you are planning on getting in it, or if you're interested in understanding what's going on with network marketing is like the field ground where leaders are developed, you know? So having a handbook for leadership inside of our arsenal right here in our mind is a really great idea. So I love it. And because I kind of slowed down on the blog series, I figured this would be a great way to start periscoping and doing more of the Tao, and because it turns into longer videos anyway, and sometimes when people get on your blog, they don't want to watch a 14-minute video or something. So this is perfect for us. So I'm excited. So everyone grab yourself a cup of coffee, whatever it is, and let's relax. Today's verse is extra sexy. I love it. Let me see if I can put you down here so I can kind of like do stuff at the same time. Hey, there we go. I'm hands-free. I can be like, So here we go. Dr. Wayne Dyer calls it living in obscurity. But I'm telling you, you're going to love this one. This verse, I read it this morning and said, hot damn, this is going to be a good periscope. So here it goes. Verse 36. Should you want to contain something, you must deliberately let it expand. Should you want to weaken something, you must deliberately let it grow. Should you want to eliminate something, you must deliberately allow it to flourish. Hi, Vincent Curtis. Should you want to take something away, you must deliberately grant it access. The lesson here is called the wisdom of obscurity. The gentle outlasts the strong, the obscure outlasts the obvious. Fish cannot leave deep waters, and their country's weapons should not be displayed. That's some powerful, powerful ancient wisdom right there. I absolutely love it. How this reflects to our business as far as network marketing is concerned. Wayne Dyer, he says, a large part of your growing up life lessons revolved around the words, notice me. You were taught that the more attention you receive, particularly for being a good little person, the more status and approval you get from your peers, as well as the adults you knew. Become number one, you were told. Earn the gold star. Win the championship. Get the best grades. Rank up. Make the biggest checks. Now, I totally get it. Like, I love recognition. I totally love recognition. Don't get me wrong. I've just recently learned to be able to celebrate my successes. I just recently have been able to just get myself to allow myself to brag a little bit, but it's not bragging in a bad way. It's bragging in a celebrate with me way. However, in this business, if you really want to see true success, you're going to have to learn to do the work without the recognition. There's going to be long stretches of time, especially when you begin, where no one's going to notice anything. You might get lucky, get a couple of blog comments. You might get lucky, get a couple of leads. You might get lucky and make some money. You might get lucky. However, in the beginning, a lot of it's just about the process. And we talked about this, and many of the commentary that has to do with this Tao has to do with the same concept that keeps coming around, is you've got to learn to be good with it the way it is. The way, instead of having to be relying upon outside recognition to show that you are succeeding inside of your business. Now, every time that you take an action, every time you move forward in your business, every single thing that you do is a win. So, what I've been taught and what I've recently been able to embrace is, I'm so uncomfortable today. I'm sort of like, I'm not flowing like I normally flow in front of a video. It's so funny. Anyway, that was good. Is to go ahead and celebrate your wins as they happen and celebrate them until the next one happens. You know, the other day I hit a rank advancement and I celebrated it for 2 days straight. Today I got notifications from Google that I finally, after years of having a Google AdSense account, finally hit the $100 threshold. Got my first notification I'm going to get paid from Google. I got a notification from an affiliate product that I sell. I got a notification from one of the projects that I work in inside of my business. I'm like screenshotting stuff and blurring out amounts and posting it on my wall. I'm excited because you know what? Every time the freaking notification comes in, it seems like today, it's another commission's earned. And nobody's making $1 million. It's not a $1,000 day. It's not a $5,000 day. It's not a $10,000 day. But man, I tell you what, from going years without having any kind of day, that's a really awesome thing. So when you want to expand in your business, what I believe that Lao Tzu was saying to us as network marketers here in the 21st century is, in order to achieve what it is that you want, you've got to let it go and let it go ahead and be. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, great it's okay. We can give. There's my mind just went. Did you see it? There's an old story in the Bible. Now I'm not here to Bible bang any of you or anything like that. That's not what I'm about at all. However, there's a story that I read in the Bible that constantly reminds me of this. And it's the story of Job. And if you've ever heard the story, maybe this is the first time you're ever going to hear about it. I'm just going to give you a brief rundown. This guy was this incredible guy. He had this beautiful property, this amazing family. He was very affluent, wealthy, and extremely faithful in his religion, right? And the devil and God are up there talking, whoever's doing all these conversations about us humans. We're talking, and Satan says to God, well, he's unflappable, he can't be moved. He is of great faith, And one day, God decided to say, no, go ahead. Go ahead, do what you want to do. Go ahead. It's the story where you hear about Satan walking to and fro. You might have heard that before in your life. This is the story it comes from. Lucifer goes, what do you mean? I can have at him. And God said, go ahead, get him. Go check it out, Test his faith. Go for it. Now, Job was ever so faithful, very devout, had a very wonderful life. I mean, it showed, he was, when you have a lot of faith, you tend to have affluence and luxury and, material gain as well. A lot of people have been telling you that that's not the truth, that, taking a vow of poverty is what's the way to go, but that's not the truth. So Lucifer said, fine, I'll go at him. That's not a problem. So he did. And he found a weakness in Job. And the weakness that Job had was that every night before he went to sleep, he prayed for the protection of his family, as if he was going to lose them. Throughout his whole day, everything he did in his whole life showed and demonstrated faith. But when you pray for protection, it's showing fear, and they can't exist in the same place. And so Lucifer said, I got it. I have a way to shake him, and I'm gonna. And the story goes, Job lost it all. His children, his wife, his entire family, everybody perished. They died in fires across his property. He lost his crops. He lost his flock. He lost his family. And then the real test began. And he was able to reaffirm his faith. He understood where his vibration was going, right? He understood how his focus was pulling in something that he did not want, and he regained. And I think the Bible says something like 3,000 fold on top of what he already had. He was able to relive. He was able to remarry. He was able to have more children. He rebuilt his affluence and his influence 3,000 times more than he had it before. Now, what that story is demonstrating is what this verse is demonstrating, and that is, if you're afraid of losing something, don't fight so hard to keep your hands on it. Or if you're wanting to reach for something, it's not about focusing on that you don't have it. It's about focusing on that you do. And that you have 100% faith that it's yours. And if you live in that kind of way, and if you work in your network marketing business with those kind of things in mind, you're all set. I can give you an example. Last night, I was just about to hit some double something, I don't know, in this crazy compensation plan inside of one of the projects I'm working on. I don't know, but I was like one person away from it, and if I had done it yesterday, then I would have got another bonus, and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, woo, 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 and I had somebody that was going to join last night, and they just never did, for whatever reason. And at first, my initial reaction was kind of like Job, being all like, what happened, what's going on, I don't know, protect me and do this and that. And then I realized, you know what, it's just going to make this week that much easier, because just because the person didn't join last night, something must have obviously happened. They weren't lying to me. It wasn't like they were pretending they were going to partner up with me in this project. It's just, it wasn't the time. So when you start to get that, when you start to develop that a little bit there in your business, your struggle is going to decrease dramatically, because most of the struggle that you're going to experience inside of your network marketing business starts here, stays here, and ends there. So what this verse is saying to me is, stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. It's not about you. It's about your mission. It's about your vision. And if getting hung up on the little things that happen inside of your daily operations of your business stops you to the point where you stop being productive, then that vision that you have in the long run isn't yours. You keep moving away from it. The only way to really become part of the vision that you want to experience in your life, no matter what kind of business you're in, whether maybe you have a job and you're looking for a promotion, maybe you don't have a job and you're looking for one, or maybe you're in network marketing and you're looking to get yourself a promotion or make some more money or hit another milestone. Maybe you're looking to finally leave the job and do your network marketing full time. Whatever aspirations that you have for yourself, the only way to get there is to be there. Do you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Give me a holla if you know what I'm saying. Let's see what else here Dr. Dyer has to say. I'm going to put my spectacles back on because I can't see a darn thing no more. Okay. He gives another translation right here. You like that, Sarah? Holla! The Way of Life According to Lao Tzu, written by Witter Bynner. He says, he who feels punctured must once have been a bubble. Do you see that? You feel me? Ooh. He who feels unarmed must have carried arms. He who feels deprived must have had privilege. That's powerful. That yin and yang right there, huh? You can't have one without the other. You can't have faith and fear at the same time. And I'm not a big, I'm certainly, I don't want to push anybody off here, because I know sometimes I get on something like this and I'm like, why are you talking all that God stuff and whatnot and so, and because that's not me. However, I am really excited about learning how people experience the philosophies of life, and faith is not a religious word. It's a real word. It's a real thing that we need to kind of embrace inside of our life, so that we can not kind of embrace it, actually embrace it, and understand that when we start to worry too much about things, we start to get fetched up about things. I gave myself a headache thinking about where, yes, it helps us become better people. You know, listen, I'm like, hey, I don't even know what accent that is I'm talking. It's too funny. But yes, the more that we can just feel happy, the faster we see success. The faster we step into our vision, the more we are being the thing that we are desiring to be. The more we get fetched up about stuff and we get caught up in the drama of little inconsistencies in our life, and the struggle becomes too much. I mean, there are people out there that have been through things that you couldn't even, that neither one of us could ever. I'm sure there's somebody probably on this Periscope that have been through things that I can't understand. How people can get through those things. And they do it here and here. The outside circumstance happens, but it doesn't happen to you. It happens around you. Everything that happens in I can't read nothing, guys. I want to say, hi, Tracy. Tracy Rose Live. We have to just let it be and move through it, because when we're given this giant things to overcome and things to face and trials to overcome. That's why I thought about Job, because could you imagine being this happy guy, that according to your time, Australia, holla, hey Tracy, I know you, you're awesome. That's so cool. He was living what we would think is supposed to be the way you're supposed to be, right? And it was showing up in his life. You were seeing it in his life. He had the awesomest sheep, and he had this awesome family, and they were all, people were married, and everybody was just happy. But that one little thing that he was doing was catching himself up, it caught himself up and left himself open to the thing he was focusing on off there in the distance. And that was being worried and not having faith. Being worried about his family when they were fine. That actually the seeking of something sometimes will cause something to happen. You ever notice that? Where you go looking for trouble and you find it? When you first start a network marketing company, some people are like, they'll go and they'll run off to the internet and they'll Google, is this company a scam? And they'll find all these people talking about how horrible that company is and how horrible that leader is and how horrible those products are. Man, if you go looking for it, you're going to find it. What you need to know is that that's not what you're looking for, is it? You want to find out, wow, this new project I'm working on inside my network marketing business is the greatest thing since apple pie, canned beer, and sliced bread. Now let me go out there and find some evidence of that. So you start seeing, you say, oh, look at this person, they were able to quit their job after about 3 years of busting their ass. That's pretty awesome. I couldn't do that with my regular job. It takes me 40 to retire from there. And then you start finding what's good. So if you're looking for good in your life, you're looking for things to really start happening. Just start looking for it. Start looking for it. Stop getting hung up on it. Just look for it. Because when you start looking for the good starts happening right here, right now. It starts happening, you see me on this Periscope today. I'm totally stumbling over my tongue. I cannot even believe how uncomfortable I am. And I'm usually like super comfortable in front of a camera. I love the camera. Today, I don't know. But I didn't stop, and I allowed myself to just keep moving forward, and now I'm finding the wisdom to share. Like, it's coming out because I just started to look for it instead of focusing on what was going wrong with it, So that's pretty cool. Let's see what else Dr. Dyer has to say. Okay, he says right here, he has a couple of highlights here. Strive to know oneness by seeking awareness of opposites. So this is a really good way to kind of keep ourselves in check. When we notice that we feel angry or frustrated or jealous or we feel tempted to kind of like go out there and search for something wrong, or we want to get together in a Facebook chat and start talking shit about something, that's our sign to be, what did I just do there? And once you can be aware of the opposite, you can move right back to the thing that you want. Like that. Like, ooh, super fast. I'm a pretty good snapper. Another skill yet I did not know I had. Next thing that Mr. Dyer says, withdraw yourself and allow others. Monitor your inclinations to compare yourself to others or to stay within the system. A system is designed to get you to behave just like everyone else, as it contrives to make comparisons determine your success or happiness. Don't let me forget that. The Tao Te Ching urges you to seek obscurity. Draw little or no attention to yourself and don't ask to be recognized. Instead, allow. The point I wanted to make right after reading that sentence before was, I've noticed there are certain companies that people join and they don't want you to have anything outside their culture. Now, it's important to have a strong project culture when you're working on a project in your business, but in case you didn't know, your business is not your company. I said it last Periscope, but I'm not hosting them all the time. I mean, I don't know how many times, if you've been back before, how many times you're going to have to hear this, but your company's you, and the projects you work inside of your company, inside of your business, are inside your companies. Now, your culture inside of those projects has to be strong, but it can't determine who you are. There are some of those companies out there that want people to like go against the terms of service of Facebook and do all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, you don't got to do that. You want to be separate from that kind of thing. You want to enjoy the culture in a positive way, but not in a way that makes you not who you really are. You want to withdraw from that. Let other people flourish, waxing on about their strength and popularity. As Lao Tzu says, you must deliberately grant others the right to expand, but take your own lesson from the fish that endure and stay in the deep waters of your Tao-directed soul. That's pretty powerful stuff. I love this book. He said his Do the Tao Now. I'm going to read it to us and see if we can apply it to our business. Give yourself an assignment to be as much in the background as you can for an entire day. I think all of us could probably do that one day. Stifle inclinations to compare yourself to anyone else or draw attention to yourself. You can accomplish this by making a commitment to be interested in other people today. Substituting the pronoun I for you. So instead of saying, I did this kind of work for years, let me tell you how you should proceed. Instead say, you seem to be doing well with your new business. In the language of the Tao, stay soft and gentle and you will endure. Because you know who the winners are in network marketing? The people that stay in network marketing. Those are the people that win. And the only way that you can even come to start to compare yourself to anybody is just by being you. You know, your own reputation needs to precede you. Okay? And struggling to get recognition isn't necessary. It's almost like give it up. Like give up the idea of the recognition. And there'll be some people out there that'll tell you, no, you have to set these really hardline goals and you need to know that you have to. Yeah, I have a goal of bringing 2 new people into my business, Coach Tara, one way or another, a day. Am I there yet? No. Will I stop? No. And when I don't hit it, do I freak out? Do I not proceed the next day? Or do I add another 2 to my goal for the day tomorrow? No. You can only handle one day at a time. So that's all you should be doing, is one day at a time. If you work full time and you need to handle a whole week ahead of time, then you handle it all on one of the days on the weekend or one of your days off and get it all done. But setting goals shouldn't be something to deter you. It should not be a reminder of how you failed. Setting goals should be a reminder of where you're going. You understand what I'm saying? I hope that made a lot of sense to you. This is the Tao of Network Marketing. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank everyone for sharing and dropping all them awesome, sexy little hearts I got. I love them. And I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. I'm going to do this every day at 7, I think, during the week, Monday through Friday. I'll see you all tomorrow for verse number 37. And that's going to be all about living in simplicity. I love you all. Peace.